What's up, YouTube? Haven't made a video in a while, so I decided let's make this deck for fun because I'm sick of seeing meta stuff for now. I play this when I'm just enjoying myself, and it's actually really fun. It's a Jester Lord deck. I can't take full credit for this. I ended up seeing on, I can't pronounce his username. I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but for whatever matter, it's in my sidebar like it always is. That deck got taken down some time ago, but I'm just giving him credit anyway because, well, he made it, and I ended up playing with it. It's a very odd deck consisting of 10 monsters, 1 spell, and the rest are all traps. So first off, we have 3 Jester Lord, and Jester Lord's effect is when it's the only monster on the field that includes you and your opponents. This card gains 1,000 attack for every card in the spell and trap card zone, again counting you and your opponent and your spell and your field spell zone. Best case scenario, you have a 12,000 attacking monster, but the highest I've ever made it go was 10,000, and out of luck. Mystic Tomato, you have 3 of them. Search out for your Jester Lord when necessary, or just keep stalling and thinning your deck out. 1 Sangan, same purpose, except now you've also got, Mystic Tomatoes to search from, and the rest of it, basically there isn't a monster target that you can't search out with Sangan in this deck. Neospatian Grand Mole, partially because you need Jester Lord to be the only monster on the field. Neospatian Grand Mole can help bounce cards back if necessary to allow this to be the only monster on the field. Snipe Hunter clears the field greatly. Once again, we need this by itself, and with the combination of another card, this becomes useful. Uriah, the Searing Flame, you'll see how many continuous trap cards I run, so this actually does help a lot, and sending off back row stuff that you can't seem to freeze. I'll also go back and discuss about that. Your only spell, Mystical Space Typhoon, because of this following card right here, Anti-Spell Fragrance. Basically, it makes you and your opponent, you have to set spell cards like they were trap cards for 1 turn, and then you can activate them. This becomes really annoying for your opponent really fast. Your deck mostly runs of trap cards, and because you have that 1 Mystical Space Typhoon and it's a quick play, you could obviously tell it leads to some serious aggravation with your opponent. I would run 3, I can't find my 3rd, so I'm making do with what I got. So I'm putting it at 2. This is another card, Shin Shen Hyu, that works well with Anti-Spell Fragrance and Uriah. Shin Shen Hyu, it allows you to select up to 2 cards on the field that are face down. They cannot be activated as long as this card remains on the field. So you're forcing your opponent to set down a lot of stuff and probably expect them to use them next turn. You just go, nope, let's block them. Select those 2, and they're frozen until this card disappears. In which case, if you're going to get rid of one of those, Uriah can help destroy those cards, etc., etc. So I run those at 2. Begone Knave. When a monster deals damage, it returns back to the owner's hand. Again, you need Jester Lord to be the only monster on the field. So you can, with your monster like Snipe Hunter, clear the field, attack, Begone Knave, bounce it back. Jester Lord attacks for whatever attack that he's at. So we run those at 3. Imperial Customs. There's a lot of continuous trap cards in this deck, and this card prevents continuous trap cards from being destroyed unless this card is destroyed first. So if you Heavy Storms it, Imperial Customs goes, but everything else stays. You can only have 1 Imperial Customs active at a time, so that's the only downside to it. But leaving it in your hand is also good. Leave Snipe Hunter target, Snipe Hunter fodder. Compulsory Evacuation Device, again, setting the rule for Jester Lord being the only monster, so no need to go into any further explanation there. Karma Cut, once again, removes monsters. It removes them from play, does not destroy them. So if your opponent just happens to have a Stardust Dragon, doesn't want to attack, and just sits there and just stalls you out, just Karma Cut. Does well against zombies too. It's actually a lot better than most people really think it is. Why it's underplayed, don't know. I just like it in this deck. It's fun as hell. Force Back. I'm really sick of seeing Kaius getting dropped on me and stuff, so Force Back's great. Again, leaves him to be the only monster on the field. Negates the summon and the flip summon, so it instantly goes back. It's as if the monster never hit the field. So, good stuff with Force Back. Compulsory, just not as good, but pretty good. Bottomless Trap Hole. Limit Reverse to bring back the killed off Jester Lord if it's in the graveyard. Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Judgment, Cyber Shadow Guard. Okay, now this card is a mouthful to read. Basically, you can only activate this card during your opponent's main phase. So before they go into battle phase, activate it. The monster becomes the trap card becomes a monster with undefined attack and undefined defense. If a monster attacks it, it gains its attack and defense, and it's basically forcing your opponent to kamikaze with it. With Imperial Customs, the monster is basically invincible, and after the end of your opponent's basically after the end of your opponent's turn, this card goes back face down. So again, it leaves it to being an empty field for Jester Lord to be the only monster. So run those at 2. Widespread Ruin, and that's the whole deck. Keep in mind, guys, this is just a fun deck, so it's just 29 traps and 3 clowns. You get a lot of giggles out of this deck when you play it right. If you play it well enough, you'd be surprised at half the things that happens. You drop that Jester Lord and go attack for 7,000. They go, what? And you just see their jaw drop when you give them the card to read, and they're like, no way. And they can't do anything about it. Let's see, Q&A about that card. Like cards that gain attack the minute they hit the field. Yes, it can be bottomless. Yes, they can be trap hold. So cards like that work. Really nothing else to say about Jester Lord. Everything else is self-explanatory. Another card deserves maybe a little bit of a Q&A. This card gets around Bottomless Trap Hole and any card that's not a counter trap card, because you have priority to destroy a back row card, and at the last line it says no cards can be activated in response to this card's effect, so it's a free destroy. Well, and it lives unless it sees Deep Prison or Mirror Force or whatever. Probably have a video with this up and see how it plays out for you guys, if you want. So yeah, I won't expect it to win anything big. I've taken this to locals once, and I just love watching people's faces. That's the only reason I do it. It's fun. It's definitely innovative. Would it be competitive? Probably not. You know, Royal Decree and somebody drops a Jinzo, and yeah, your deck just got shitted on. So again, it's just for fun. Nothing special, nothing fancy. If you guys have any fun decks or deck lists, leave a deck list with me, and if you want me to make it a video, I'll turn it into a video. If you have a fun deck, leave it as a video response so we can see it. Something new, something innovative, something we haven't seen, something that has been done but no one has gone back to it. I don't care, you know, as long as it's something different. So yeah, that's basically the whole Jester Lord deck. Comment, rate, subscribe, keep on gaming.